Welcome back to the Always Thinking Mindset channel, where we're here to give you positive vibes and simple rules to overcome any obstacles that are in your way. If you like today's episode, go ahead and give video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. It's going to help the algorithm. All right, let's get started. So, in today's episode, we are going to speak on why mental health matters and following by 3 reasons. Okay, let's jump into it. So, the first reason I wanted to speak to is called burnout. Everyone experiences this. I don't care what job you're in, whether it's you being a barista, an architect, a lawyer, a doctor. Obviously, those are different professions. But at the same time, you got to understand that these are stressful situations that you got to learn how to protect not only your body, but your mind. And this is why I made this video, because to me, mental health matters. I don't care what everybody else says. But at the same time, I want you to focus on you and overcoming any obstacles, because a lot of it has to do with mindset. Hence the title and the channel name, Always Thinking Mindset. But I'm here to tell you that there is more to life than just work, right? We have to have time to be leisurely, but at the same time, we have to learn how to take care of ourselves. And in the first rule I speak on is burnout. Now, what is burnout? Burnout is you basically overperforming, over anxiety, kind of trying to fulfill the mission at all costs and sacrificing your body. Now, you got to understand that we are not robots, so we cannot go all the way. But at the same time, you have to take breaks, you have to take pauses, and that's okay, right? Because a lot of people get into this situation where taking breaks, not doing enough, they have this loser mentality, and that's just simply not true. What you got to learn is that rest is recovery, right? Because although you bust your butt all day, you have to learn how to rest. It will lead to burnout. It is real. I've experienced it myself. Now, I'm a lawyer. I've been doing it for about 5 years. And when I first started, it was one of those roller coaster rides where I had to find myself because I was working 16-hour days. You're coming in on holidays. You're covering extra shifts. You have this over amount of caseload. And to me, I think that's where the stress came in, right? Because you got to learn how to regulate it and manage it, because that will eat you, especially if you want to have a social life. Now, I didn't have my child before this, but at the same time, I knew that I had to put in the work early so I can have more of a manageable life in the future. Now, I want you to understand why mental health matters, because it's just like a car, right? If you step your foot on the gas and it idles and it just stays idling all the time, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, slowly the engine starts to break down. There's not enough oil. And this analogy I use because this is exactly how your body is, right? We can push it all day, all night. And in the end, you will feel burnout. Burnout is real. And I always say, listen to your body, right? Because when you don't listen to your body, that's when burnout really starts to happen. Now, the way to overcome burnout is stop doing the stressful task. Now, I'm not saying don't push yourself, because I'm one that always says push yourself. But you have to find what works for you, right? It's like that porridge. It has to be right in the middle. And whether it's you exercising, reading books, just getting out in nature, you have to implement that in your everyday routine, because it will happen. Trust me, I put in the work. Now, the second rule I want to speak on is that because mental health matters, it affects everyday lives, but not only that, the people that surround you, right? Because it kind of ruins relationships. Somebody who's always at work is never at home, or somebody who's stressed at work brings it home and just takes it out on everybody else. Now, now whether you are dating someone or you're married, or just having family time, they're going to see through you and feel you and actually question, how are you doing? And those are the simple questions to kind of get into and explain what's going on. Now, don't be a complainer, But at the same time, be real with yourself, right? Just say, hey, I'm not feeling the same, but at the same time, I'm working on it. Because in the end, it is about you. Take your time, relax, and try not to overstimulate your body or your mind. Now, with that being said, um, relationships are anything from, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. What I'm here to explain is that everybody experiences this. Now, when I have a bad day at work, or when I had a bad day at work, I would have come home and, wife will ask, now wife, but at the time, girlfriend will ask me, how's your day? And sometimes I didn't want to speak. I was just so angry and caught up in the work and the stress load, and I don't have time for you and stuff like that. But that's the wrong way of going about it. I think the way to do it is you have to have hobbies in place, right? You have to do things that give you energy, not drain you energy. So whether it's picking up a guitar, going for a run, you need this outlet so you don't experience this burnout, which leads to bad mental health. And this is the purpose of this video. Now, you cannot build anything without fixing yourself first. And I say this because everybody seems to focus on everyone else and they forget themselves. Invest your time wisely. Understand who you are, what makes you tick, and what makes you go. Because, like I said, you cannot help anybody else until you help yourself. Just like the saying is, you cannot love nobody else until you love yourself. And the reason I say this because it takes time to build that trust and confidence in yourself in order to help others because they're going to see who you are. Those, humans are pretty good at reading people, but at the same time, you have to get comfortable with who you are in your skin. And you cannot build someone else and either forget about yourself or you're broken on the inside. So, also, you have to focus on yourself first. I understand a lot of people say, you're taking too much time or you're just being selfish. No, that is not the case. Take time, break up whether an hour, 30 minutes of reading time, of meditation, walking to the park, simple things that cost nothing but give you back vitality, right? Help you with your mental health and your body, right? Because those two are one. The mind and body are one. So we have to learn how to use them both, right? Because even when I was young, I never knew how good I needed to amp up my health because every day I use it now. I think of it as having gas in the gasoline tank. How much energy do I have for today? Especially with children. Those who have children, you understand me. But at the same time, focus on you. There's nothing wrong. Whether somebody calls you selfish and you're always thinking of yourself, leave them alone. Focus on you, build your self strength, and then you'll be able to help everyone else, right? Now, which brings me to my last rule, which is invest in your future, right? Not somebody else's, because in the end, life is a marathon, right? It's so long that you have to conserve this energy. Now, once you fix yourself, once you're confident who you are, then you can take on the task of helping others because people will see through you, right? Whether you ever walk into some room and you just feel the energy of someone, with good personality and you just want to hang around, it's the same thing. So when you do that and you focus on yourself, then you're able to help others easily. It just comes natural, right? And this is the point of the video, right? Because I am comfortable who I am, and I'm just here creating this video to explain to others that it is possible, even with children and having a profession with high stress. But the point is, anything's possible. You just have to learn how to manage your time wisely and understand and listen to your body. Now, with that being said, your body is an investment. You take in nutrients, you get good sleep, you have good habits, routine, stuff like that. that's going to take care of your health, because in the end, you matter, right? Because I cannot stress that enough, that once you start focusing on yourself, you start to understand how your mind works, how your body works, how much energy you can use, how much you got to conserve, whether what makes you tick, what doesn't make you tick. You become so comfortable that nobody else's opinions matter, right? Because in the end, we all get in this state where, what about this person thinking of me this way? Or it doesn't matter. I just want you to understand that. Now, the future is long, and at the same time, it is bright for you, because mental health is not a new thing. They just decided to put it on the table this time. And now that we're able to discuss this, just like grown adults in a grown conversation, I want you to understand that, right? Why mental health matters. Because when I was younger, I didn't understand what mental health was. I was always told, bust your butt, work hard, get good grades, forget about, getting rest. You're young, you can rebuild. But now that I'm upper in age, I have to take these pauses, but I'm more strategic about it. And this is why mental health matters, because I've been through the ringer. I know what it is to experience burnout. Once I've experienced burnout, I never wanted to touch it again. It's just like touching the stove. Once you touch the stove, you're never going to touch that stove back. But mental health is so important, and I cannot stress that enough, that I want you to take care of your body. I want you to take care of your mind, because once you fill your cup, you're able to fill multiple cups, right? Because this gives you power to rebuild relationships, whether it's husband, wife, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or even family members, because everything takes energy. Sooner or later, you're going to understand how to conserve energy and give energy. For me, I gave up on wasting energy, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that will take your time. And I hope I'm not one of those, but I'm here to give you lessons of that. But in the end, focus on you, give yourself good nutrition. At the same time, prioritize your schedule. Now, if you like today's video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. I do have a podcast on this channel. I want you to check out the other videos. But today, like I said, I wanted to get out a video and explain to you who I am, but what I do, and whether why mental health matters. And like I said, I'm an advocate for this, because brain power is life power, right? The channel is called Always Thinking Mindset. You got to always be thinking, right? How to attack life. And like I said, please subscribe. And if you like today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'll talk to you soon.